Again, that's...
This is all the good things that come from recovery.
You know what I mean?
From being clean and sober.
See how beautiful that is.
Isn't it? Little man, huh?
That is beautiful.
I start to get emotional now, isn't it? Because these are all the good things.
Today we're going to be talking about addiction, the big issue in Ireland, which is addiction, because there's different type of addiction and no one is speaking about it. Everyone's sweeping it under the rug. There's gambling, there's alcohol, there's substance, there's porn, there's so many addictions but that no one's talking about. We have someone I admire, his name is William. William, how are you doing?
Good, Emmanuel. Nice to meet you.
Nice. I'm happy that you're coming on to talk about your experience. Mm-hmm. So let me just explain about William. So William, I got introduced to William by a friend, and the reason why I'm happy is telling his story because his story is very inspiring. Like, he was homeless due to addiction, and then he changed his life around. As you can see him, he does not look homeless. He's now big into the gym and has a family and all that. So that's why I'm looking forward for him telling his story. So thank you again for being vulnerable, because
no problem.
Not everyone has the courage to do that, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So can you explain why you want to share your story?
I think it's time that I shared my story because not many people speak about addiction. Many people are afraid to admit they have a problem. Mm. Many people, like personally myself, I felt as if I was a burden, and if I asked the people or done anything about it, I felt like that I was different.
Okay. Before we continue, I just want, because addiction is different, people view addiction differently. So how do you describe addiction? Because for me, addiction is depending on something that's not doing you justice and it's bringing you pain, and you're still depending on it and you can't get out of it. How would you describe what addiction is?
Addiction, yeah, it's being controlled by something.
Controlled by something.
Like a substance. I found like addiction is something that I needed constantly. Mm. That was my safeguard.
Okay.
It helped me. That knowing that I had something that would calm me, make me feel better, I felt like that I had to have it. I was addicted, so this stuff controlled me.
Oh, I like that word, control.
It controlled every part of my life.
Damn.
So it was powerful.
Power control.
Power control, as in, man, like control. Everything that I'd done, I needed to know that I had my, as I keep saying, my safeguard. Mm.
So it's like a safe thing you go to, but it was a safe thing you go to, but it brought more pain though, didn't it?
It brought nothing but devastation. Catastrophe.
Oof. I love those words.
It destroyed everything.
Damn.
It destroyed everything that I was, everything that I wanted to be, everything that I wished I could be. It just took all that away.
I like the way you describe that, because a lot of people think that whatever you're doing is only grand, it's sure, there's no harm in it, but the long-term effect, it's serious. So that's why people really need to start looking into themselves and digging deep to solve that problem out, because it destroys a lot of things, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So for you, when did you realize you had a problem?
I'll go back.
Oh, before you start, what kind of things were you on that you didn't realize you were addicted to?
Never thought I was addicted to alcohol.
Okay, that's a big one in Ireland.
Never thought it.
Okay.
I viewed alcoholics as someone that was thrown down the street.
Oh.
I viewed alcoholics as someone that was always drinking 7 days a week, 24/7. But really, it's not as clear as that. Like I was told I had the problem with drink because every time I was out drinking, I'd have to get to a certain state of oblivion. So if I was out for a couple of quiet pints, I had to get 4 or 5 vodkas to get myself to an out of mind state that I didn't know what I was doing. So I always wanted to be out of my head.
Damn, you wanted to escape reality kind of a thing.
Yes, there was no just, oh, let's go for a quiet drink, let's have a quiet joint, let's do this, let's do that. Everything had to be 100 mile an hour.
Damn.
So I couldn't leave a pub after 3 or 4 pints because I wasn't drunk enough.
So for you now, how do you view people? How do you view alcoholics? Like when you said you didn't have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So for you now, how can someone tell if they have a problem or not? How can someone tell? Oh,
Because you're thinking about it.
okay.
You're thinking about it. You're not like, you don't have to be drinking 7 days a week to have a problem with drink. Like, drink is something that people don't think they're addicted to because, like, you just go out to the pub, you have a couple of drinks. But really, like, if I got 20 bottles, I'd have to drink them all in one go.
Damn.
And every time I didn't, but it could go on for 2 or 3 days. It wasn't just me going out for a quiet drink. It was me going out to get completely off my face.
Okay.
So it wasn't the fact that I had to drink 7 days a week. I just, when I went out, I was out.
And when you weren't going out, you're thinking about
When I wasn't going out, I was counting down till Friday or Saturday till I was actually doing it.
So your mind is just flooded with the thought of
My mind was flooded with thoughts of it, and then like when I wasn't drinking, I was smoking weed.
Yeah.
I would have been taking other stuff.
Yeah.
So then it came to like Friday, Saturday, weekend. I would be drinking all weekend. But then it started spilling over onto Monday. I'd wake up Monday morning, there'd be still a couple of drinks there. Then I'd start drinking them.
Yeah.
So then it just started spiralling and spiralling and spiralling.
You see, like, I'm living in Ireland 22 years now, and for me, like, obviously I'm a black guy. If I was to say Ireland has a big problem with alcohol, people might start saying, whoa, you know, but like, you can't talk about a country like that. But for you as an Irishman, do you not feel like Ireland has a big drinking problem?
100%.
And
Massive.
Massive.
We are associated with drunks and drinking and like Ireland, Guinness, beer. We are associated with drink.
And people don't see it as a problem. It's like...
A lot of people don't, man. A lot of people are thinking it's just like we're just going out having a couple of drinks. But it's not that, man. As I said, I wanted to be always off my face. There was no quiet drink.
So people don't actually see it as a problem. So for you, when did you start realizing, what was your low when you saw yourself, besides thinking about it all the time, what was your lowest point that you're like, whoa, maybe I do have a problem?
When I was waking up in the morning.
When you're waking up in the morning?
I was waking up in the morning craving a drink.
Okay.
I used to then, like, I'd drink a couple of cans, couple of bottles, but I wanted more. I always wanted more.
Oh.
So then it could spill on to when I come home from work. I deserve a drink. I deserve to have the drink. I'm after doing my day's work. I'm after doing this. Poor me, I can have a drink.
Damn.
But as I'm saying, the drink was more of a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
Drugs was a big thing, like.
What kind of drugs are you talking about?
Weed, tablets, anything. Coke, MDMA. MDMA if I was going partying. Like, weed, tablets, for more of a kind of a home thing. Uppers, downers, anything. and the more the better.
And you felt stuck, did you, when you're doing all those things?
Did I feel stuck?
Stuck as in stuck in the cycle of having to take all this thing, all those substance.
Oh, 100%. I was lost in it, like.
You were lost in it?
Yeah, because I had a partner, I had a child. But before that, like going back to when I was 18, when I first took a drink,
yeah,
I loved the power of it. I loved what it done to me.
What does it do to you? Give you extra confidence?
I didn't need, like, here's the thing, I didn't need it for confidence.
Okay.
I didn't need it to go talk to girls or do this or do that. I loved the buzz I got off it.
Okay.
The feeling of, as I keep saying, out of my head. And just being mad.
Okay.
And I didn't start drinking till I was 18.
I was surprised you said 18.
18. I was a fanatic for hurling, football, soccer.
Damn.
And then, like, it was 18, my 18th birthday, I went out, but like, when I went out, that was the start of it. And I didn't realise until years and years down the line.
You said you didn't do it for confidence and all that. It's almost to get out of your head kind of thing. Do you feel like a lot of people do it to be their real self, like drink to be?
100%. I've heard this. I've heard many stories about alcohol addiction, and 99% of people say they need it to get loose, to be able to go out, to talk to people. People needed it for that reason.
Yeah.
But I was always good to have conversations. I was always good to talk. So for me to be confident with it,
yeah,
I could still do the same without drinking as if I was if I was drinking.
Yeah.
But I wanted the out of head feeling.
Okay.
I wanted the drunkenness. I wanted the buzz of it. I wanted all the things that it wasn't just confidence that I needed.
So, do you think a lot of people have, obviously they have a reason why they're drinking. Do you think the main reason will be due to pain?
I think so.
Pain, yeah?
I think so.
Okay, so other people could be pain, but you can only speak for yourself really. Like, so for you, it sounds like you're trying to get out of your head.
But my mother and father were divorced.
Okay.
So, and then my family structure was broke.
Can I just pause you there? People think that divorce doesn't affect people as much as they do. You're 18, so what? You know, what year what age were you when you?
Yeah, I was about 18, 19.
You see, the pain all start from there, you know.
Yeah.
So a lot of family, they have problems at home, you know, and because of the problem at home, they needs a solution. Is that how you felt? You needed something to help take away that pain?
Yeah, 100%. Because my everything that I knew was just broke.
Like your family?
Yeah, on my structure.
What do you mean structure? You mean like going home to mom and dad? And
having a family, my brothers.
Okay.
Having everybody around me. To then having everybody in different directions. So then I felt the need like that. Then I moved away. And then it was more drinking. I had a very good job, and then it was just more drinking, and then I got introduced to hash and weed and ecstasy. And
I'm trying. I know you move into hash and ecstasy and all that. I'm trying to get others to understand the pain that comes from not having a family structure. You know, like when you lost that, right? Did you feel like you have nothing left in life now, or
yes,
you felt like you have nothing? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Because I'm trying to understand that part, because that's where it seems like where the roots came from, you know. And when you have nothing, when you feel like you have nothing, you feel like your identity has been lost. Is that how you felt?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Okay.
It was like Yeah, because everything was all over the place. From having a family to like having everybody just spread, and not having, as I said, not having my brothers there. My brothers were gone this way from growing up. From my mother here and my father there. Everything was just up in the air, like.
I see.
And it was just more than that. It was painful, like.
It was painful. And then you got introduced to hash, ecstasy, and all that to get rid of.
Yeah, well, I just say that I actually got it to help me in a certain way. That I just loved it in with the drink. I just loved the feeling that it gave me.
Okay.
It soothed me. It calmed me.
You say you didn't know how to deal with the pain, like you never felt that kind of pain, so you felt like when it calms you and you didn't know how to deal with the pain, but you felt like that was a okay thing to get rid of it. Is that how you felt?
Yeah, it just it just numbed everything. But then as it went on, I was doing it for myself.
Okay.
Like that was gone. I was the new me, the one that constantly wanted to drink weed, tablets, constant parties. So I wasn't just about going back to like what happened with my family. It was more than that I was becoming addicted to these substances.
Okay.
So I was numbing myself. If I was sad, I'd drink.
Yeah.
I'd take drugs.
Yeah.
If I was happy, I'd do the same thing.
Okay.
So if we have an occasion,
yeah,
that's my excuse to go. Okay, I can take drugs. If we done anything, anywhere I was going, I had to have something on me that made me feel okay. I can do this.
Oh.
If I had to go away without stuff,
yeah,
it wasn't a pleasant experience.
You get the withdrawals and all that.
Withdrawals, I'd be angry. Everyone would be treading on eggshells around me. Everybody, like, I think they'd be worried to go away with me.
Damn.
For the fact that I was explosive. That I was unpredictable. Very, very unpredictable. So going back to with my family, I think it was something that started it, but I think that I would have always ended up taking stuff.
Yeah, but when you couldn't have it to take, and you were unpredictable, and you were, people was walking on eggshells.
100%.
Like a lot of people know at least one family member that's addicted, and they're not pleasant to be around. Could you see the effect you're having to others?
No.
You couldn't see it?
Not one bit.
Because all you think it was, why couldn't you see it?
I was blinded. The words that I would use for myself are, I was a very self-centered man.
Oh.
I was arrogant. I would have had narcissistic behaviours.
Damn.
Bad. I would have lacked emotion. I would have lacked empathy. I didn't, everything was me. I didn't care about nobody else. Somebody would say to me, I'm feeling sad. I didn't care.
Damn.
It was me. So there was nothing there that nobody mattered to me. Even though I had a family.
Yeah.
I had my friends, I had parents that I was actually talking to now and on good terms, but they wanted nothing to do with me. Because I didn't know how to show emotion.
So you couldn't, because you have most of the emotion numbed.
Everything was numbed. Like I'd be so angry, man. I could have everything good, like between at home, and I just wanted to explode, man.
The anger that made you wanted to explode, was it because of the withdrawal symptoms, or was it because of the pain of the experience you had?
I think it was withdrawals. I think it was everything what addiction done to me. It's like when I didn't have it, I was constantly thinking how I can get it. So it wouldn't be like that. I could just sit down normally when I don't have stuff, and I'm constantly thinking how can I get it, manipulating, scheming, planning. It was like a full-time job, man.
Damn.
It was tiring, man. It was a tiring experience, and you don't realise what you're doing until you come out the other side. You are hurting a lot of people.
Before speaking about hurting a lot of people, you said you had narcissistic behavior.
100%.
You were selfish and all that. Could you say the selfishness and all that kind of behavior is due to the fact that addiction was your main priority, as in was what matters?
Yes. Nothing else mattered.
So just that matters and nothing else around you matters?
Me.
Only.
I mattered.
Damn. I've never heard narcissist person behavior before.
100%.
Had the courage to say.
This is what I'm saying.
That's bravery.
I started off this nervous and jumping back and forward, but I'm starting to settle now, like.
Yeah.
And narcissistic behavior, 100%, man. Like, I didn't care for anybody else. I didn't care about anybody. Everything was me. Everything was on my terms. I would have controlled situations. I'd wait for a trigger. Like anything, like just banging or loud noises or something. If someone was sitting there and they'd done something and repeatedly done it, and then bang, my anger would come out. And then that was because that would be my escape.
Okay.
To go, now it's I can go out and have my time. I can smoke my joint. I can soothe myself with drugs.
Yeah.
I could just get away from the situation. I'd rather be on my own, taking drugs, drinking, than to be around people. So it made me a very, very selfish man. It made me very into myself, and it damaged me mentally. If like I could be scheming all day, waiting to be able to do something, and it took me to some dark places.
Damn.
Dark places like that. I'd walk over everybody. If I didn't have something, I wasn't a nice man to be around.
So you hated that person that you were. Or at that time, did you see anything wrong with you?
No.
You didn't see anything wrong with you at that
Not one
time?
bit. I thought I justified myself. I thought what I was doing, I was entitled to do it.
Wow. And that led you to a dark place, you said. So when did you start seeing what you were doing was wrong?
When it started affecting my relationships, when it started affecting my work. I couldn't go into work without being out of my head. Everything I had to be stoned, or I had to be off my face to function.
To function. Damn.
And this was only up until like I'm going to be 6 years clean. on the 1st of February. But even before I went to treatment, it was it was just chaos. Everything, like, that's when I realised I woke up, my partner and my child were gone.
Damn.
So I was alone, but in my mind, I had free reign.
Okay.
I had free reign, that it didn't register in my head that I'm just after losing everything that I've ever wanted. But I was like, party.
Damn. And you were like, party. So when did you realize that, I actually don't have my family anymore, and that means a lot to me? When did it hit you like, whoa, you need to wake up?
When
I know the left, but after the left, you still saw partying.
Oh, I continued, man, for 5 months.
So when did you realize that I need to wake up?
When did I realise that I need to wake up?
Yeah.
I felt powerless. I felt hopeless. I the depression, the suicidal thoughts that, like, I'm worth nothing.
Damn.
That's the way that I felt, that, like, I was sleeping all day. I couldn't go out until night time. This is how warped it made my mind, that I thought everybody had an opinion of me.
So you're paranoid.
Paranoid to the gills. Very, very. Like, that I couldn't go and walk in the daytime. I'd have to be at night time. And this was the powers that had done to my mind. I started hearing things. I was like, I don't know what happened, but it started playing mind games. So it wasn't like years prior that I was having a good time. Smoke a couple of joints, you're chilled out, lovely. But it started taking over my whole life.
And that's where depression and things.
Depression, anxiety, like, couldn't come down the stairs without actually thinking, how am I going to cause an upset so I can escape and do what I wanted to do.
Wow.
So that's what I'm saying. Addiction is very, very powerful.
It's deep as well, like.
Deep. It causes nothing but pain to the person that's in active addiction and to the people around them. But we don't see what we're doing to the people around us.
That's why I'm shocked that you couldn't see what it was, the effect it had on your partner and leaving with the child, and you kept going. But would you say it's the pain that made you realize how much of a deep problem or deep issue or deep you have gotten? Is it the pain of depression or?
I think so, yes.
So it's like life just kept beating you up and beating you up.
Life just was there. Life meant nothing. Being alive meant nothing.
Wow.
So it just came to the stage that I would continue to do it, and I didn't care if I lived or died. And that's a strong thing to say, but it just got to them. It got to that low that I felt like I had no way out. That I felt lost.
Damn.
That it wouldn't give me the effect that it was before.
Oh.
It was making me more depressed. It was making me more angry. What I became.
Okay.
What I was after doing.
And when you mean what you have to do and the damage you did around others, is it?
Yeah, what I done, I started feeling regret.
Regret.
Regret is like when I used to be out of when I used to be like in a state, I'd start thinking and I'd be like, but I had everything, but I have nothing now, and this is what it's after doing to me. So I kind of made the decision to try to go to treatment.
So could you describe that moment where like, I need to do something right now? Is it something that you're in your bed and you're just looking around? Or?
I was sitting in my kitchen thinking I could hang myself off the tree. No, that was my lowest. That I felt that way. And as I said, I felt lost. I felt bait. I just felt like...
You were exhausted from it all.
I was exhausted, man. As I said, the scheme and the planning, the trying to do everything, coming to the end where I was just like... I just wanted to take so much and just be like, sometimes I'd be like, okay, maybe if I don't wake up, I don't wake up. Because I don't see any future. I don't see any way out.
Right.
Which is hard because people they turn their back on you.
Yeah.
But they have to. Because you cause so much pain, you do so much, you hurt people. But when you're in active addiction, you don't see that. You're like, sure, why won't they help me? They should help me. Why did she leave? Why did this happen? So you don't see what pain you're after causing for that to happen.
Because as you said, you're all selfish.
Selfish, everything was me. Self-centered. Everything was done on my terms, everything revolved around me. I was self-involved. Everything was me. I didn't care about nobody else.
No. So you didn't care about anyone else, but when you were in your kitchen and you said you could hang yourself off a tree, you didn't care about anyone else? So why did you decide to get yourself better did you decide to get yourself better for other people, or did you decide to get better for yourself?
At first, I thought if I said that I'd go to treatment, that I'd start getting my family back.
Okay.
So I felt, so it was more like, if I go into treatment now, first off, I think something told me it wasn't my time to die.
Okay.
But as crazy as that sounds, I felt something that brought me, I was in this position, and whatever came to my mind, it gave me a different thought.
Okay.
That's not what I'm meant to do. Then I rang my mother and I was asking for help, but that's when I decided to go to treatment.
Oh. Well, you said when you decided to go, you were just doing it to get your family back.
Yeah. I thought that if I just decided to go, okay, I'll go to treatment, then I'd get everyone back.
Yeah.
So I was doing it for the wrong reasons. I was very in denial. Very, very in denial.
Why? Because a lot of people are in denial. So why were you in denial? Was it to lie to yourself?
Yeah, man. I thought I had no problem. I was always making excuses. I'm not like that. I can do this. I don't have to. I don't have to smoke weed. But then I'd be trying to prove it.
Yeah.
So I was lying to myself.
Yeah.
And I was trying to prove that, okay, I don't need this. But then, after a couple of hours, I'm like an antichrist. After a couple of hours, I'd be shaking. I could feel myself getting tense. I could feel everything building. And that's then where I say that my anger and the explosion would come in.
Okay.
I would pick something. I would pick a fight for no reason.
Yeah.
And that was my escape. I could go and do what I wanted.
So the denial is just you not wanting to accept the truth.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you know deep down. Did you know deep down you're in trouble?
For a stage, yeah. But at the start and all the way through, I never thought it a problem.
Bam.
Coming to the end, obviously I was more, I didn't want to accept it.
Okay.
I didn't want to accept that I'm an addict. That what's to come if I decide to try and get clean. There was a lot that was going through my mind.
Okay.
So like in denial, as in, yeah, I didn't think I had no problem.
So one of the reasons why you were in denial because you saw that the work ahead of you would have been so heavy.
100%.
Okay. You think that's how most people with addiction feels, yeah?
I think so, man. I think people in active addiction don't see no way out. They feel stuck. They feel like they have to keep doing what they're doing.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a tough road.
When you rang your mom, and obviously you were ringing your mom to get help, and you had it in your back of your head that this just to get your family back and all that. When did all that thoughts start changing? That whoa, you really need to do this for yourself and not to try to fool other people.
Okay, yeah.
When did that happen?
I went down to the treatment centre down in Castle Island, Talbot Grove.
Before you went to the treatment centre, were you terrified of becoming a new person again?
I didn't know how to do it, man.
You didn't know how to do it?
No, like, I only knew one way. I only knew one me.
Yeah, because you only knew one you, were you afraid of the other person?
Terrified, petrified.
Petrified?
Petrified because I thought there was no life without drugs. I thought, how am I actually going to get through my life without being able to drink and take drugs? So I was terrified. I think I cried nearly the whole way down to the treatment centre.
Yeah?